Hi, welcome back. My name is Jeremy Pierre, and I am author of God With Us, A Journey Home, a children's storybook Bible coming out later this fall. I'm here again with Teddy, and he is another illustration of a key theme in our Bible that we want to emphasize, and that's simply this. The world presented in the Bible is not an ideal world. It's a real world. And that's what we would want to convey to your children in this storybook Bible. Because Scripture is realistic about both the nature of sin, what's wrong within us, as well as suffering, what's wrong outside of us. So you may look at this and you see a cute dog sitting there obediently in front of a fireplace and it's all beautiful. This is idyllic, but this isn't really real because the only reason that dog is staying right there is because of what's in my hand right here. He doesn't really think all that well of me. He doesn't really like to mind me so much as he wants the treat in my hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and give that to him. See? You know, in the pandemic, it's funny. A lot of people got dogs because everybody was sort of cramped up. They were feeling lonely. They wanted some source of joy in their life. And so you can read about this online. You can find article after article where the dog market just went through the roof and breeders couldn't breed them fast enough. Just so you know, we had Teddy before the pandemic. But there's lots of dogs who are pandemic dogs because people thought of having a dog in idealistic terms. They thought it would be nothing but joy. But guess what? Now there's articles also on the fact that people are returning their dogs in record number or selling them or handing them off to somebody else. Why is that? Well, it's because the ideal didn't match the real. It didn't match the reality of having a dog. Yes, it's really cute to have a fluffy dog in front of a fireplace like this, but it doesn't show you all the tough parts about having a dog. Like the dog needing to go outside, but it is raining. Like having to clean up after the dog in the rain. Or realizing that you have to spend a small fortune on dog toys to keep the thing supplied after he rips them up. So what are we trying to illustrate with this non-ideal world? Well, really, we're illustrating the doctrine of sin and its corruptions. You see, the Bible talks about things that are wrong inside of us. Our rebellion against the Lord, our insistence on our own way, our pride, our lack of belief in what he says, our disregard for his word. It also talks about our suffering. Things happen to us that are outside of our control and that harm us and hurt us, that cause anxiety and fear. The scriptures are realistic with all of that. We need to be realistic with all of that if we're going to prepare our children to face the world as it actually is. One of the ways I test my writing of this book in my mind is, could I give this book to a family who has just lost a parent, or they've just suffered another particular crisis or tragedy, and it wouldn't make light of their experience in such a way that implies that God is not strong enough or is not aware enough of the suffering that they're facing. I think the scriptures tell us of a God who's very well aware and very present with us in our suffering. Jesus knew what it was to suffer. And that's the strongest evidence that God is still with us in our suffering. Because Jesus, the Son of God, became a man just like you and me, just like your child. And he grew up in this world and suffered the same types of things that we suffer under. And he also suffered something far greater than any of us could suffer. And that is the eternal punishment of sins that he did not commit. He can therefore sympathize with us in ways that we can't even imagine. So, with your help, that's what we want to present to your children and inspire them that God is near as he draws them on their journey home with him.